I'm gonna kind of move this stuff off to the side just so that you can see how all of this is put together, because it is just fantastic. So this is fairly cool now. It's still warm, you know, to the touch, but you can see the crust has a nice little golden hue to it. It's not overly done, but it was in there about 13 or 14 minutes. So, and I had the convection switch cooked on just because I like it because it bakes a little more evenly. So that's why I try to do it that way. Okay, so now first goes in the cream cheese mixture. Okay, so we are gonna, this just looks so good. So this is all gonna go into that little springform pan. Make sure you get every ounce of it, unless you want to lick the bowl, then you can save yourself a little bit of it. You can. You're the cook. You're allowed, right? All right. So here we go. That looks perfect. Put a little tap. And then what you want to do is just tap it just a little bit just to get the air bubbles out. Okay? All right, now next is your apple mixture. Now you can spoon it in if you want to. I like to kind of pick it up just so that I can evenly put it all over the top of my cheesecake mixture. I don't want it all kind of falling in one spot. So you can spoon this out if you want to, or you can sprinkle it in, whatever you want. I washed my hands, so doesn't that look great already? Oh my goodness. So gonna be so yummy. Okay, now we've got a little bit of juice left. That just gets poured right on the top. Okay, so this looks pretty even. You may want to just kind of move a few of the apples around lightly with your fingertips. Perfect. All right, so now last comes the mixture of the crumb mixture. And this is just going to go all on the top. Now sometimes, depending on what you've got for your, you know, your 9x12 or your, I don't use all of this. I actually put it in a baggie and put it in my fridge. And then sometimes I'll make like an apple crisp with it or something like that. It'll store for a few days. I don't like to have too much on the top, but I like a nice good coating of it. All right. Perfect. Now if you wanted to, like I said, with a 9x13 you need a little more surface. This is a lot thicker. And with a 9x13 the cheesecake is thinner, okay? So I just covered the top here. You're probably gonna use most of that if you do a 9x13. If you go ahead and do the springform pan, then you're not gonna need as much, but save it and make some, whip up some more cheesecake. Put that on the top or cut up some more apples and do like a crisp. That would be great. So this is gonna go back in the oven for at 350 degrees and it's going to cook about another 50 minutes. So you'll be able to tell this will all be golden brown. It'll have a little bit of a jiggle to it, but it won't nearly be as kind of liquidy as it is now. And then you're gonna take it out, you're gonna let it cool for a little bit, and then let it kind of set on your oven and cool down, and then pop it in your fridge overnight. And then the next morning, it's gonna be perfect. So stay tuned. I'm gonna come right back in just a few minutes. It'll actually be tomorrow, and you'll be able to see it all done, and we're gonna cut it up, and it's gonna be to die for. All right, so we'll be back. See you in a little while. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining back in for the last part. I wanted you to be able to see the finished product of this beautiful cheesecake. Now, in the previous parts that we did for this episode, I kind of walked you through the 4 steps of making this beautiful caramel apple cheesecake. And I let it set in the refrigerator overnight just so that it would have time to settle and be able to get all of that delicious flavor just kind of infused together, and also time for the cheesecake itself to settle. So as you can see, it has the nice brown crust on the outside. It's very, very crumbly on the top, which is just what we wanted. We wanted that nice, almost like a strudel crumble on the top. and just the beautiful cheesecake inside. So I wanted to cut into it. I've warmed up my caramel sauce, my homemade caramel sauce that I made, and I want to be able to cut into it to be able to show you exactly what it looks like. Now you want to get a pretty sharp knife, and just because of the outer crust on this, and I'm going to take a pretty decent sized piece here just because I want to be able to show you it. I got my plate right here, and I transferred it out onto this plate this morning after I took it out of the refrigerator. I just kind of slid a spatula to break the seal off of the bottom of that springform pan, and then what I did is I peeled back the parchment paper and laid it on a serving platter. So I'm just gonna spoon this up, and you're gonna be able to see this lovely cheesecake with the layers of the apple and the cinnamon and the beautiful crust on the outside. And we're gonna take a little bit of this caramel sauce, and we're just gonna drizzle it over the top. Now that isn't to die for. I don't know what is right there. I may have to have this for breakfast before everybody gets here. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's absolutely delicious. Give it a try. Don't be worried about it. Just follow those steps, and you should be good to go. So thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And everybody have a great Sunday. Remember, whatever you do, you make it with love. See you next time.